Greetings everyone on the PvZ Madness channel. Today I selected another portion of the various ridiculous situations in the game, checking myths and answering questions. Support me with a like, and without further ado, let's go! The video begins with this nonsense on the beach, which repeatedly happened when I met the zombie fisherman. I'm referring to these hooks which remain in the plant after the zombie with the fish are at death. As you can see, I have already mastered the art of sticking hooks into plants. We just got 4 ultimatums with fishing gear sticking out of them. I decided to build on this situation and wondered what would happen if we now dug out these ultimatums. The answer is this: the plants with the hooks are now impossible to dig out. How that's for wildness? Really, the tomatoes are now impossible to shovel. But that's only part of the question. I wonder, what happens if those same plants are hit by Gargantua? Won't they disappear now? Or maybe the hooks will disappear with the plants? Or will they stay hanging in the air? This time I use pea shooters, but they are just as sensitive to the shovel as ultimatums. You can only dig out the only one that doesn't have a hook in it. All eyes on the tackle. You saw it? The hooks flew like bullets. None of my guesses were right. I certainly didn't expect this. As the plant disappeared, every fishing hook flew somewhere else, as if it had been launched there from a gun. What can I say here? It's a great madness to start the video. It will be even cooler at the end. Recently I tried to remove the poisoning effect of chili bean from a zombie, and today I'll continue to find a way to do so. This time I decided to try 4 different plants at once. Let's start with the ice blossom. The zombie is poisoned, we freeze, and that guy is iced over, but that didn't save him from death by poisoning. The headless greenish body remained frozen in the ice, and when it melted down, it just fell over. This one doesn't walk. Moving on to the next one. Chewing nut now prepares to cure the cone head. Again the zombie is poisoned, but the chewing gum doesn't even stick to it, it just disappeared, so we conclude that the chewing nut doesn't save the dead guy from being poisoned either. The third option is my favorite levitator. I'll plant it in 3 quantities just in case, but actually 1 is enough. The zombie tasted the forbidden bean again and then died right in the flight, which levitator organized. I wonder if this green fog would catch anyone with a zombie under it. I'll check on that next time, but for now let's move on to our last option for today. Magical mint versus poisoning Bob. We hypnotize the poor guy, it's immediate, but the zombie, even if he turns around, still lets out his spirit and then some. And in the direction of our house. In general, all 4 options didn't work, but maybe I'll think of some more later. Today we have a myth. Probably a shrunken zombie fakir has a shorter kill radius than its full-sized brother. I turned one fakir into a short one and dropped the walnuts in front of them. The small fire-breathing zombie attacked not only one cell away. What would the big one show? This one burst out flame across 2 squares. Indeed, the attack distance decreased as the fakir shrank too, and quite significantly, so this is not a myth, but the very real truth. This is probably the hardest experiment of the week. The question was, what if the grip attacked the zombie at the moment it is covered by the invisibility aura from the lady on the rollerblades? I was so tinkering with the timing, but I still managed to get the timing right, and now pay attention. Grip attacks. The zombie was covered by an aura right at the moment, and he was easily eaten by the toothy plant. You can look again. Grip bites the dead guy exactly at the moment the aura appears. Nothing prevented it from eating the zombie. By the way, the question also included cauliflower and blueberry. With them I couldn't catch the timing, or rather shoot, but I definitely saw that the blueberry cannot pierce the aura. The cloud just flies and hits the zombie, and it doesn't die. I'll try to film that later. A super unexpected question I got. Will the pirate walk on the ice path from the ice pea shooter soul if there are no boards under it? Unusual but interesting question. Let's check it out. Although it's not that easy to do. We wait for the zombie to appear and spread the nice carpet in front of him. However, the dead guy didn't notice it and fell into the water. I really want him to walk on the ice, but unfortunately it didn't happen. I decided just in case to check the zomboids for a walk on the ice as well. Spread out the track in front of them, but even though 1 second it looked like they were holding on, they really weren't. After several consecutive tests, I can say with certainty that this ice lane doesn't hold zombies or zomboids. There you go. Another strange but interesting myth. Supposedly, if I kill Gargantua with a solar tomato, Gag would simply disappear without leaving any trace. First of all, it was interesting for me, because I didn't use it much. It turned out that this tomato does 100 damage to zombie. Accordingly, I had to wound Gag properly so that he would have less than 100 HP left. I successfully handled this and now ready to test the myth. I have a level 10 tomato, although he has the same damage from the 3rd to the 10th level. Well, let's plant. Wow, we just annihilated Gog. He disappeared and not even a wet spot left of him. Here's the interesting thing, the myth is confirmed, and that means we can move on to the main course. And this is one of the many wild things with break-in animation after the round is over. If we give Chili Bob a boost after the ending of the round, there is something wild. We eliminate the only zombie on the lawn and wait. Notice that? The beans didn't land, they literally flew away. Well, in the case of the one plant, it's not so obvious. Let's do it again now. This time we smash the magician with the same bean and wait again. Now it's more obvious. The beans fly away by sinusoid, although also very fast. Let's give it very last try. Now everything will be clear. Let's do the usual algorithm with the magician and we expect the rain of flying beans. This time, the beans flew in different directions, and now we can see the wildness for sure. This is truly the first-rate nonsense. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my compilation. You can support me with a like and maybe press a dislike, so I don't relax. Well, now I went to look for a new PvZ madness for you.